The way I'm feeling lately, might get a wedding ring. I let the basic bitches moved on to better things. And you don't wear no makeup, don't need no Maybelline. And I ain't asking nothing but for you to stay with me. Hey.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Abby, and today I'm going to show you guys how I make a fast and simple Jamaican jerk chicken recipe. So the reason why I say fast and easy is because I usually don't use the seasoning that I'm going to show you later on in the video. I usually use like the actual wet paste, like the wet Jamaican paste. I didn't have any today, so I just went along with what I actually have. As usual, I am cleaning my chicken with some cold water, some vinegar, and some lime. So you're just gonna rinse your chicken about 3 times until the water is clear and you feel like your chicken is clean. So I also check for like feathers, because sometimes the chicken has feathers, and if I see any feathers I just pluck them right off. Also, you're gonna see my hubby helping me in the video because I did break my finger, so he's kind of helping me in the kitchen at the moment. Here, what I'm doing in the next clip is I'm removing all the extra fat from the chicken wings. And I'm not doing it, actually my husband is, but he's helping me remove all the extra fat from the chicken pieces. Anytime I make jerk chicken wings, I always keep my chicken wings whole. I don't really like to cut my chicken when I make jerk chicken, but if you want to cut your chicken, you can totally cut your chicken. So now that my chicken is clean, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be just disinfecting my sink, and I just use a little bit of Dawn soap and I spray some bleach because chicken, like raw chicken, carries a lot of bacteria that you don't want. You can get sick if you don't wash your hands or just clean the area that you cook in. So just make sure you're cleaning after any raw poultry at all. I kind of have my own experience on this. So when I was younger, I would always be in the kitchen helping my grandmother cook, and I was helping her clean like a whole chicken, and I basically like went upstairs without washing my hands, and I started like biting on my nails, putting my hands in my mouth, and basically like a couple hours later, like my stomach just started like feeling bubbly. Like I just felt so bad, and I told my grandmother, and she's like, did you wash your hands after, you know, cleaning the chicken with me? And I was like, no. She's like, see, you got sick, you're supposed to wash your hands. But yeah, I basically learned my lesson with that. Now that your chicken is clean and drained, what we're going to be doing is just drying the chicken with a few couple of paper towels. You don't want to spend hours on this. Like, you don't want it completely dry, but you just want it like most of the water off of the chicken. Lastly, I'm just drying the chicken one by one individually, and I'm just checking for feathers and any hair that I missed. So here I am seasoning my chicken. Honestly, I really didn't use that I really didn't use that measuring spoon. I really just eyeball it, but I can say I did season the chicken about 1 teaspoon each of every seasoning that I'm going to list down in my description. I know I'm seasoning the chicken, but those seasoning packets, like the dry rub, doesn't really have, like, this dry rub right here doesn't really have that much like seasoning flavor to it, if you know what I mean. So what I do is I just kind of pre-season my chicken, and then I use this seasoning pack for the jerk flavor. So I did use a little bit of olive oil, some garlic powder, onion powder, some Tony's, and some thyme, black pepper. And then here I have my special seasoning, which is mayo. Mayo, okay? If you don't want to use mayo, don't use mayo, but I'm telling you, put mayo on your chicken. So what we're doing here is just mixing all the seasonings together. Just gonna let it sit for about 30 minutes before I actually do put it in the oven. Don't put it in your refrigerator. You want to let it sit out so it can be room temperature. Here I have 2 heads of corn, and what I'm going to be doing here is just peeling the corn and washing the corn off. So another reason why I say this is a fast and easy recipe is because this isn't my original like way that I make my corn on the cob. So I'm going to be making a video on how I make my corn, but just not at this moment. Now here what we are going to do is just get your pot and fill it up with water, and we're going to bring our pot to a boil. So here I have a baking tray, and I have some aluminum foil with some melted butter on top of it. And what I'm doing here is I'm just spreading the butter all around the aluminum foil, and then at the same time we are going to just start adding our chicken wings onto the pan. So now you're going to preheat your oven to 395 degrees Fahrenheit, and I baked my chicken for about 30 minutes. And then additionally I broiled my chicken for about 5 to 7 minutes. And for the broil, I broiled my chicken on a low heat, again for about 5 to 7 minutes. You just want to keep checking it at this point because this is just for the outer texture of the skin to be crispy. So just make sure your chicken is well in the pan to ensure that every piece of the chicken gets cooked evenly. So here we have our chicken, and what we are going to be doing now is my oven's been preheating for about 10 minutes, so now I am just putting my chicken into my oven. So in your pot of boiling water, what you're going to add is some butter and some sugar, and then you're going to add your corn. You're going to let your corn boil for about 20 minutes on medium-high heat. So this is just a simple honey butter sauce that I make to coat my wings with, and what it is just some butter, some honey, some brown sugar, and the jerk seasoning mix. I did forget to show that on camera, but you do want to make sure you add the some jerk seasoning. I would say about 2 teaspoons into the pot with the honey and the butter. So the wings been in the oven now for about 30 minutes, and this is how they look when they come out. And at this moment, what I'm doing is I'm just coating the chicken with the honey butter jerk sauce that we made earlier. You do want to make sure you are coating front and back of the chicken, just to ensure that all the flavor is on both sides of the chicken. And then you are going to put the chicken back into the oven on a low broil for about 5 to 7 minutes. Now for my corn, here I have some cotija cheese with some Parkway butter squeeze, and what I'm doing here is just applying some mayo to the corn, and then we're just gonna get that all over the corn, and then as well as I'm just gonna coat it with my cheese and my butter. So these are how your wings should look when they come out the oven. I always coat them again with the honey butter sauce, or you can also serve a side of it. It's really good. But yeah, if you like my video, let me know in the comments. Give me a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.
The way I'm feeling lately, might get a wedding ring. I let the basic bitches moved on to better things. And you don't wear no makeup, don't need no Maybelline. And I ain't asking nothing but for you to stay with me.